Welcome, gentle listener, to the Sleepy Knowledge, a place where the world's questions are allowed to rest, and your own thoughts can drift as softly as a feather on a quiet breeze. As you settle in, perhaps with the hush of evening all around, you let your mind loosen its grip on the day. Here, in this gentle space, we begin to wonder together, what is time, really? Not the ticking of a clock or the turning of a calendar, but the feeling of time, the way it moves through your life, sometimes slow, sometimes swift, always quietly present. Imagine for a moment the way time feels in your body, the slow, steady rhythm of your breath, the gentle thump of your heart, the way your thoughts meander, sometimes racing, sometimes pausing, as if they too are searching for the right pace. Time is not just something outside of you. It is woven into every part of your being. It is the silent companion to every memory, every hope, every dream. As you listen, you might notice how time seems to change its shape depending on where you are, what you're doing, or how you're feeling. There are days that stretch out endlessly, each hour unfolding like a petal, soft and slow. And then there are days that vanish in a blink, leaving you wondering where the hours have gone. This is the gentle mystery of time's flow the way. It bends and shifts, never quite the same from one moment to the next. Let's begin by picturing time as a river. Not a rushing torrent, but a quiet stream, winding its way through the landscape of your life. Sometimes the water moves quickly, bubbling over stones and roots, carrying you along with a sense of urgency. Other times, it slows to a gentle trickle, pooling in stillness, inviting you to pause and notice the world around you. The river of time is always moving, but its pace is never fixed. You might remember moments from your own life when time seemed to stand still. Perhaps it was a golden afternoon in childhood, the sun warm on your skin, the world full of possibility. Or maybe it was a quiet evening, the air heavy with the scent of rain, when every second felt precious and slow. These are the moments when time reveals its true nature, not as a strict ruler, but as a gentle companion moving with you, sometimes in step, sometimes ahead, sometimes behind. Science, too, has tried to understand the mystery of time. Physicists describe time as a dimension, like space, stretching out in all directions. But for most of us, time is not a line or a number. It is a feeling, a sensation, a story we tell ourselves as we move from one moment to the next. The ancient Greeks had two words for time: chronos, the measured, ticking time of clocks and calendars, and kairos, the felt time of experience, the right moment, the perfect pause. In this story, we are more interested in kairos, the time you feel in your bones, the time that lives in your memories. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts and changes. Perhaps you feel the weight of the day behind you, or the gentle pull of sleep ahead. Maybe you remember a moment from earlier today that felt longer or shorter than it really was. This is the mind's way of shaping time, of turning the river's flow into a story you can hold. Let's wander a little deeper into this mystery. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a quiet lake, watching the ripples spread out from a single stone. Each ripple is a moment, moving outward, touching everything in its path. Some ripples are big and bold, others are soft and subtle, but all are part of the same gentle movement. This is how time moves through your life, sometimes making a splash, sometimes barely stirring the surface, but always present, always flowing. You might wonder why time feels different at different ages. Why do the days of childhood seem so long, while the years of adulthood slip by so quickly? Part of the answer lies in the way your mind pays attention. When you are young, everything is new. Every sound, every sight, every feeling is a discovery. Your mind is wide open, soaking in the world, and each moment is rich with detail. Time stretches out, full of possibility. As you grow older, the world becomes more familiar. Your days settle into patterns, and your mind learns to move quickly to the things it already knows. A river of time picks up speed, carrying you along with it. But even in the rush, there are still moments of stillness pauses where you can step out of the current and notice the world anew. Think of the way a child experiences a single afternoon. Every minute is an adventure, every hour a new story. The sun moves slowly across the sky, and the day seems to last forever. For an adult, the same afternoon might pass in a blur: a quick lunch, a few errands, a glance at the clock, and suddenly the day is gone. The difference is not in the clock, but in the way the mind pays attention, the way it gathers and holds each moment. Memory, too, plays a part in the mystery of time's flow. Your mind is a gentle archivist, storing moments in curious ways. Some memories are bright and vivid, others are soft and faded, but all are part of the story you tell yourself about your life. When you look back, the days that were full of new experiences seem longer, richer, more detailed. The days that were routine, that passed without much notice, seem to shrink, slipping quietly into the background. This is why time seems to speed up as you get older. The more familiar your days become, the less your mind needs to pay attention. The river of time moves faster, carrying you along with it. But there are ways to slow the current, to step out of the rush and notice the world with fresh eyes. Sometimes all it takes is a moment of stillness, a deep breath, a quiet pause, a gentle curiosity about the world around you. Let's pause here and notice the way your own mind is moving. Are your thoughts racing, or are they drifting, soft and slow? Can you feel the gentle pull of time, the way it moves through your body, your memories, your dreams? This is the heart of the mystery, the way time is both inside you and all around you, shaping your days, your years, your life. As you listen, you might begin to notice the small details of this moment, the sound of your breath, the softness of your pillow, the quiet hum of the world outside. These are the anchors that hold you in the present, the gentle reminders that time is not just something to measure, but something to feel, to notice, to cherish. Science tells us that time is a constant, ticking away at the same rate for everyone. But your experience of time is anything but constant. It bends and shifts, stretches and shrinks, depending on where you are, what you're doing, and how you're feeling. This is the gentle paradox of time, the way it is both fixed and fluid, both measured and felt. Let's imagine, for a moment, that you could step outside of time, like a bird soaring above the river. From this vantage point, you could see the whole landscape of your life, the slow bends, the rushing rapids, the quiet pools of stillness. You could see the way each moment connects to the next, the way your memories shape the flow of your days. You might notice patterns you hadn't seen before, or discover new ways to move with the current, rather than against it. This is the gift of reflection, the ability to step back and notice the way time moves through your life. It is a gentle practice, one that invites you to slow down, to pay attention, to savor the moments that matter. It is not about stopping the river, but about learning to float, to let yourself be carried, to trust that the current will take you where you need to go. As you settle deeper into this gentle exploration, you might begin to feel a sense of peace, a quiet acceptance of the way time moves, the way it changes, the way it shapes your life. You might notice the way your own story is unfolding moment by moment, day by day, year by year. And you might find comfort in the knowledge that you are not alone, that everyone, everywhere, is carried by the same gentle current, moving through the same mysterious river of time. Let's take a moment to breathe, to notice the way your body feels, the way your mind drifts, the way your heart beats in time with the world around you. This is the rhythm of your life, the gentle pulse of time moving through you. It is a rhythm that is always changing, always flowing, always inviting you to notice, to wonder, To be present. As we come to the end of this first gentle chapter, let the mystery of time's flow linger in your mind. Let it be a soft question, a gentle curiosity, a quiet invitation to notice the way your own life moves, the way your own story unfolds. There is no rush, no hurry, no need to measure or control. There is only the gentle flow of time, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. If you close your eyes and let your mind drift, you might find yourself standing at the edge of a memory one that glows with the gentle light of childhood. The air is warm, the sky impossibly blue, and the world feels as if it stretches on. Forever. There is no rush, no schedule, no sense of time slipping away. Instead, each moment is wide and welcoming, like a field waiting to be explored. In these early years, time is not a line or a number. It is a feeling, a taste, a color. It is the slow melting of ice cream on a summer day, the endless game of hide and seek, the way the sun lingers in the sky long after bedtime should have come. Childhood is a season of endless afternoons, where the hours unfold like pages in a storybook, each one filled with possibility. Why does time feel so different? When we are young, why do the days of childhood seem to stretch out, while the years of adulthood slip by in a blur? The answer lies partly in the way our minds are wired, and partly in the way we experience the world for the very first time. Imagine a child at play bare feet in the grass, laughter echoing through the air. Every sound is new, every sensation a discovery. The world is a place of wonder, and the mind is wide open, soaking in every detail. The brain, still growing and changing, is busy building connections, mapping out the landscape of experience. Each moment is recorded in vivid color, each memory a bright bead on the string of life. Scientists tell us that the brain of a child is like a sponge, absorbing information at a remarkable rate. New experiences flood the senses, and the mind works hard to make sense of it all. This constant state of learning and discovery means that time feels full. Each day is packed with new sights, new sounds, new feelings. The more newness we encounter, the more memories we create, and the longer those days seem to stretch. Think back to your own childhood. Can you remember the feeling of a single afternoon when the world seemed to pause and let you wander? Perhaps it was a day spent climbing trees, or building castles in the sand, or simply lying in the grass and watching the clouds drift by. These are the moments that linger, the ones that seem to last forever, even as the years slip quietly away. There is a gentle science behind this feeling. When we are young, our brains are constantly forming new pathways, making sense of the world in real time. Each new experience is carefully recorded, and the mind pays close attention to every detail. This attention stretches time, making each moment feel rich and full. As we grow older and the world becomes more familiar, our brains become more efficient. We learn to move quickly through the things we already know, and time seems to speed up as a result. But in childhood, there is no hurry. The days are long, the nights are gentle, and the world is a place of endless possibility. The mind is free to wander, to imagine, to dream. There is a kind of magic in this freedom, a sense that anything is possible, that the world is waiting to be discovered. Let's wander for a while in this garden of memory. Picture yourself as a child, waking up to the soft light of morning. The day stretches out before you, unmarked and unhurried. There is no need to check the clock, no list of things to do. Instead, you follow your curiosity, letting it lead you from one adventure to the next. Perhaps you spend the morning exploring the backyard, searching for hidden treasures among the leaves. Every stone is a mystery, every flower a wonder. The world is alive with possibility, and your mind is open to it all. Time moves slowly, each moment unfolding in its own gentle rhythm. As the day goes on, You might find yourself lost in a game, building worlds out of imagination and play. Hours pass without notice, the sun moving slowly across the sky. There is no sense of time running out, no feeling of urgency. Instead, there is only the gentle flow of experience, the quiet joy of being present in the moment. This is the gift of childhood, the ability to lose yourself in the world, to let time stretch and bend, to live fully in each unfolding moment. It is a gift that often fades as we grow older, replaced by schedules and responsibilities, by the steady ticking of the clock. But the memory of those endless afternoons remains, a soft echo in the heart, a reminder of the way time once felt. Science offers us a window into this mystery. Researchers have found that the more new experiences we have, the more memories we create, and the longer those periods seem in retrospect. This is why the days of childhood, filled with firsts and discoveries, seem to last forever. Each new experience is a marker in the mind, a signpost on the road of memory. The more signposts we have, the longer the journey seems as we grow older, and our days become more routine. We create fewer new memories. The mind moves quickly through the familiar, and time seems to speed up as a result. But in childhood, every day is an adventure, every moment a discovery. The world is wide and welcoming, and time is a gentle companion, moving at the pace of wonder. Let's pause here and notice the way your own memories of childhood feel. Are they bright and vivid, or soft and distant? Do they stretch out, filling the space of your mind, or do they flicker like fireflies in the dusk? However they appear, they are a part of you, a reminder of the way time once moved, slow and full, like an endless afternoon. There is a lesson in this, a gentle invitation to notice the world with fresh eyes. Even as adults, we can find moments of newness, moments that stretch time and fill our days with wonder. It might be as simple as taking a different path home, or trying a new recipe, or pausing to watch the sunset. Each new experience is a chance to slow the river of time, to create a memory that lingers out as you listen. Let your mind wander back to those golden days. Remember the feeling of freedom, the sense that anything was possible. Notice how time seemed to move at its own pace, unhurried and full. This is the heart of the endless afternoon, the gentle unfolding of experience, the quiet joy of being present in the world. Perhaps you remember the way the light changed as the day went on, the way the shadows grew long and the air cooled. There was a sense of anticipation, a feeling that the day would never end. Even as the sun set and the world grew quiet, there was still time for one more story, one more game, one more moment of wonder. This is the magic of childhood, the ability to stretch time, to fill each day with possibility, to live fully in the present. It is a magic that we carry with us, even as we grow older, a soft echo in the heart, a reminder of the way time once felt. Let's take a moment to breathe, to notice the way your own memories of childhood linger. Perhaps you feel a sense of longing, or a gentle nostalgia, or simply a quiet appreciation for the way those days shaped you. Whatever you feel, let it be a gentle companion, a reminder that time is not just something to measure, but something to feel, to notice, to cherish. As the afternoon fades and the world grows quiet, let yourself rest in the memory of those endless days. Let the feeling of freedom and possibility linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time once moved. There is no rush, no hurry, no need to measure or control. There is only the gentle flow of experience, the quiet unfolding of the world, the endless afternoon of childhood. And as the light softens and the day drifts toward evening, notice how the feeling of time changes once again. The world grows quieter, the air cooler, the shadows longer. There is a sense of completion, a gentle closing of the day. But even as the sun sets, the memory of those endless afternoons remains a soft echo in the heart, a reminder of the way time once felt, and the way it can feel again, if only for a moment. Let yourself rest in this memory, letting it fill you with a sense of peace and possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of wonder. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of the endless afternoon linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time once moved. As the golden haze of childhood afternoons softens into the gentle twilight of memory, you may notice how the past lingers, not as a single story, but as a collection of moments, some vivid, some blurred, all quietly shaping the way you feel. Time, memory is not a perfect record. It is a living, breathing part of you, always shifting, always coloring the present with the hues of what has come before. Imagine your mind as a quiet library, shelves lined with the stories of your days. Some volumes are thick and well-worn, their pages turned again and again. Others are slim, tucked away, their details faded by the passing years. Each memory is a bead on the string of your life, strung together in patterns only you can see. Some beads are bright and polished, catching the light. Others are soft and worn, their edges smoothed by time. The way you remember shapes the way you feel time's flow. When you look back, the days that were full of newness and discovery seem to stretch out rich with detail. The days that passed in routine, unremarkable and familiar, seem to shrink, slipping quietly into the background. This is the gentle clockwork of memory, the way your mind marks the passage of time, not by the ticking of a clock, but by the richness of experience. Scientists have long wondered how memory works, how the mind decides what to keep and what to let go. The answer is both simple and mysterious. Your brain is always sorting, always choosing, always weaving the story of your life from the threads of experience. Newness matters. The more novel an experience, the more likely it is to be remembered. The mind pays special attention to firsts. The first day of school, the first time you rode a bike, the first time you saw the ocean. These moments are bright beads, standing out on the string of memory. Routine, on the other hand, fades into the background. The mind, ever efficient, does not need to record every detail of every day. When life settles into patterns, the days blend together, and time seems to speed up. This is why the years of adulthood, filled with repetition and routine, often feel as if they pass more quickly than the endless afternoons of childhood. But memory is not just about what you remember. It is also about how you remember. Each time you recall a moment, you are not simply replaying a recording. You are recreating it, reshaping it, coloring it with the feelings and knowledge you have now. Memory is a living thing, always changing, always growing. It is both a record of the past and a reflection of the present. Think of a memory that is dear to you. Perhaps it is a day spent with someone you love, or a moment of quiet triumph, or a simple afternoon when the world felt just right. Notice how the details come alive, the way the light fell, the sound of laughter, the feeling in your chest. These are the moments that linger, the ones that shape the way you feel time. Now think of a time that has faded, a day that has slipped quietly into the background. The details are softer, the edges blurred. You may remember the feeling, but not the specifics. This is the gentle work of memory, always choosing, always shaping, always moving with the flow of your life. The science of memory is a story of connections. In your brain, billions of neurons reach out to one another, forming networks that hold your experiences. When something new happens, these connections light up, creating a pattern that is unique to that moment. The more emotional or novel the experience, the stronger the pattern, the more likely it is to be remembered. Over time, these patterns can fade, especially if they are not revisited. But some memories are so strong, so full of feeling, that they remain bright and clear, even after many years. These are the anchor points in the river of your life, the places where time seems to slow, where the current pools and lingers. Memory is also shaped by the stories you tell yourself. Each time you recall a moment, you are not just remembering, you are also interpreting, making sense of what happened, fitting it into the larger story of who you are. This is why memories can change over time, becoming softer or sharper, more joyful or more bittersweet. The mind is always editing, always weaving, always finding meaning in the flow of experience. There is a gentle comfort in this. Even as time moves forward, you carry the past with you, not as a burden, but as a collection of treasures. Each memory is a bead on the string, a note in the song, a step in the dance of your life. Some are bright and shining, others soft and warm, but all are part of the story you're still writing. Let's pause for a moment and notice the way your own memories feel. Are there moments that stand out, bright and clear? Are there days that have faded, their details lost to time? Notice how your mind moves from one memory to the next, sometimes lingering, sometimes skipping ahead. This is the gentle clockwork of memory, always turning, always moving, always shaping the way you feel time. The mind's clock does not tick in seconds or minutes. It moves in moments, in feelings, in the richness of experience. When life is full of newness, the clock slows, each moment stretching out, full of possibility. When life settles into routine, the clock speeds up, the days blending together, the years slipping quietly by. But even in the midst of routine, there are ways to slow the clock, to create memories that linger. Sometimes all it takes is a moment of attention, a deep breath, a quiet pause, a gentle curiosity about the world around you. When you notice the details, when you savor the moment, you are creating a memory, a bright bead on the string of your life. There is a gentle art to remembering, a way of holding the past without letting it weigh you down. It is the art of noticing, of paying attention, of finding meaning in the flow of experience. It is the art of gratitude, of cherishing the moments that matter, of letting go of the ones that do not. As you listen, let your mind wander through the library of your memories. Notice the stories that stand out, the moments that linger, the feelings that rise to the surface. Notice how your mind moves, how it chooses, how it shapes the way you feel time. There is a quiet wisdom in this. The mind is always working, always weaving, always finding meaning in the flow of experience. Even as time moves forward, you carry the past with you, not as a burden, but as a gentle companion, a reminder of the way you have lived, the way you have loved, the way you have grown. Let's take a moment to breathe, to notice the way your own memories shape the way you feel time. Perhaps you feel a sense of longing, or a gentle nostalgia, or simply a quiet appreciation for the way your life has unfolded. Whatever you feel, let it be a gentle companion, a reminder that time is not just something to measure, but something to feel, to notice, to cherish. As the clockwork of memory turns, you may notice how the present moment feels different, colored by the past, shaped by the stories you carry. This is the gentle mystery of time, the way it moves through you, the way it lingers, the way it shapes the story of your life. And as you rest in this gentle awareness, you may find yourself noticing the world with fresh eyes, open to the newness that each moment brings. For it is in the noticing, in the paying attention, in the gentle curiosity about the world, that you create the memories that will one day shape the way you feel time. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the clockwork of memory tick softly in the background. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of wonder. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of memory linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time moves, and the way you move with it. As you rest in the gentle glow of memory, You may notice how some moments shine brighter than others, how certain days seem to linger while others slip quietly away. The mind, with its quiet clockwork, is always choosing what to hold and what to let go. Yet beneath this gentle sorting lies another force, subtle and powerful: attention. Where your attention goes, time seems to follow, shaping the very texture of your days. Imagine attention as a beam of sunlight moving through the forest of your experience. Where the light falls, colors deepen, details sharpen, and the world comes alive. Where the light is absent, shadows gather and the hours pass unnoticed. Attention is the artist of your inner world, painting each moment with the brushstrokes of focus, curiosity, and care. Think of a time when you were completely absorbed in something: a book, a conversation, a piece of music, or the simple act of watching raindrops race down a window. In those moments, the outside world fades and time seems to slow, stretching out to hold you in its gentle embrace. This is the gift of deep attention, the ability to step fully into the present, to let the world reveal itself in all its quiet. Wonder.science tells us that attention is not a single thing, but a collection of processes, each working together to help you navigate the world. There is focused attention, the kind that narrows your gaze and sharpens your senses, allowing you to lose yourself in a task. There is sustained attention, the gentle persistence that lets you linger with a thought or a feeling, even as distractions call for your notice. And there is selective attention, the quiet choosing of what to notice and what to let fade into the background. Your brain, ever efficient, is constantly filtering the world, deciding what is important and what can be ignored. In a single moment, you are surrounded by countless sights, sounds, and sensations, yet only a few make it into your awareness. This filtering is not a flaw, but a gift, a way to protect you from overwhelm, to help you focus on what matters most. But attention is also a limited resource, easily scattered by the demands of modern life. Notifications, schedules, and endless streams of information pull your focus in 100 directions, leaving you feeling hurried and thin. When your attention is divided, time seems to slip through your fingers, the hours dissolving into a blur of unfinished thoughts and half-remembered moments. Yet even in the midst of distraction, there are ways to reclaim your attention, to gather it gently and bring it home. Sometimes all it takes is a pause, a deep breath, a quiet noticing, a moment of stillness in the rush of the day. When you choose to focus, to linger with a single thought or sensation, you are stretching time, making space for wonder to return. Consider the way a child pays attention to the world. Every detail is worthy of notice: the pattern of light on the wall, the sound of a distant bird, the feel of grass beneath bare feet. This is not just curiosity. It is a kind of reverence, a willingness to be present with what is, without rushing ahead to what comes next. In these moments, time expands, and the world becomes rich with possibility. As you grow older, it is easy to lose this sense of wonder, to let your attention be pulled away by the demands of routine. Yet the ability to notice, to truly see and feel and hear remains within you, waiting to be awakened. It is a gentle skill, one that can be practiced and strengthened, like a muscle or a song. Let's pause for a moment and notice the world around you. Perhaps you hear the soft hum of a fan, the distant call of a bird, the quiet rhythm of your own breath. Perhaps you feel the weight of your body, the softness of your pillow, the gentle warmth of the air. These are the details that anchor you in the present, that invite your attention to settle and stay. When you give your attention fully to a moment, you are not just noticing, you are participating, becoming part of the unfolding story of your life. The world responds to your gaze, revealing layers of beauty and meaning that might otherwise go unseen. In this way, attention is a kind of magic, a way to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Science has shown that attention can even change the way your brain works. When you focus deeply on something, your brain creates new connections, strengthening the pathways that support learning and memory. This is why moments of deep attention are often the ones you remember most clearly, the ones that linger long after the day has passed. But attention is not just about focus. It is also about openness, a willingness to be surprised by the world. When you approach each moment with curiosity, you invite newness into your life, creating memories that stretch time and fill your days with wonder. Even the most familiar routines can become fresh and alive when seen through the lens of attention. There is a gentle art to paying attention, a way of moving through the world with presence and care. It is the art of listening, of noticing the small details, of letting yourself be touched by the beauty and strangeness of life. It is the art of slowing down, of making space for silence, of allowing yourself to be fully here, in this moment, just as you are. As you listen, notice how your own attention moves. Does it linger, or does it wander? Does it settle, or does it flit from one thing to the next? There is no right or wrong way to pay attention, only a gentle invitation to notice, to be curious, to let the world reveal itself in its own time. Sometimes, attention is a choice, a quiet decision to turn toward the world rather than away from it. Other times, it is a gift, a moment of grace that arrives unbidden, catching you by surprise. However it comes, attention is the doorway to presence, the key to slowing time and deepening your experience of life. Let's take a moment to practice this gentle art. Bring your attention to your breath, noticing the way it moves in and out, soft and steady. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the coolness of the air as you inhale, the warmth as you exhale. Let your attention rest here, just for a moment, anchoring you in the present, inviting you to be fully here. Now, let your attention widen, taking in the sounds and sensations around you. Notice the play of light and shadow, the textures and colors, the quiet rhythms of the world. Let yourself be curious, open to whatever arises, without judgment or expectation. This is the heart of attention, the willingness to be present, to notice, to care. As you move through your days, you may find that attention is both a refuge and a guide. When the world feels overwhelming, you can return to the present, anchoring yourself in the details of the moment. When time seems to rush ahead, you can slow down, choosing to linger with what is, rather than chasing what comes next. In this way, attention becomes a gentle companion, helping you navigate the flow of time with grace and ease. It is the thread that weaves your days together, the light that dapples your experience, the quiet force that shapes the story of your life. Let yourself rest in this awareness, noticing the way attention moves through you, shaping the way you feel time. The world is still wide and welcoming, and each moment is an invitation to notice, to wonder, to be present. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of attention linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way. Time can stretch and slow whenever you choose to truly notice the world around you. As you rest in the gentle glow of attention, you may begin to sense the quiet machinery within you, a collection of rhythms and pulses, each marking the passage of time in its own way. Beneath the surface of your thoughts, your body is alive, with clocks, each one keeping its own steady beat. These are the brain's timekeepers, the silent conductors of your days and nights, guiding you through the unfolding symphony of life. Imagine for a moment the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. It is a sound you rarely notice, yet it is always there, marking each moment with a gentle thump. Your heart is a metronome, keeping time not just for your body, but for your mind as well. When you are calm, the beat is slow and steady, a quiet lullaby. When you are excited or afraid, the tempo quickens, and time seems to race ahead. The heart is both a clock and a mirror, reflecting the rhythms of your inner world. But the heart is not the only timekeeper within you. Deep in your brain, clusters of neurons pulse with their own rhythms, creating cycles that shape your experience of time. The most famous of these is the circadian rhythm, a 24-hour cycle that governs your sleep and wakefulness, your hunger and alertness, your energy and rest. This inner clock is set by the rising and setting of the sun, a gentle reminder that you are part of a larger world, moving in harmony with the turning of the earth. The circadian rhythm is more than just a schedule. It is a symphony of signals, each one guiding your body through the day. In the morning, as light touches your eyes, your brain releases chemicals that wake you up, sharpening your senses and preparing you for the day ahead. As evening falls, the light fades and your brain begins to produce melatonin, a hormone that invites sleep. This dance of light and darkness, of waking and sleeping, is one of the oldest rhythms in the world, a pattern shared by nearly every living thing. Within this daily cycle, there are smaller rhythms as well. Your body temperature rises and falls, your hormones ebb and flow, your attention waxes and wanes. Even your memory and mood are shaped by these inner clocks, each one ticking away in the background, guiding you through the hours. When your rhythms are in harmony, you feel alert and alive, moving easily through the day. When they are disrupted by travel, by stress, by the demands of modern life, you may feel out of sync, as if time itself has lost its shape. Scientists have discovered that your sense of time is not just a matter of clocks and calendars, but of biology and chemistry. Deep in your brain, a tiny cluster of cells, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, acts as your master clock, coordinating the rhythms of your body and mind. This cluster receives signals from your eyes, adjusting your inner time to match the world outside. It is a delicate dance, one that can be easily disturbed by artificial light, irregular schedules, or the constant hum of technology. But even beyond the circadian rhythm, your brain is filled with timekeepers. There are neurons that fire in regular patterns, marking the passage of seconds and minutes. There are networks that track the duration of events, helping you estimate how long something will take. There are even cells that respond to the rhythm of your breath, linking your sense of time to the gentle rise and fall of your chest. These inner clocks are not perfect. They can be fooled by emotion, by attention, by the richness of experience. When you are deeply engaged in something, time seems to fly. When you are bored or anxious, it drags. Your brain is always measuring, always adjusting, always trying to make sense of the flow of moments. It is a dance of precision and flexibility, a balance between order and chaos. Consider, for a moment, the way your sense of time changes throughout the day. In the morning, the world feels fresh and new, the hours stretching out before you. As the day goes on, your energy rises and falls, your focus sharpens and softens, your mood shifts with the light. By evening, you may feel a gentle weariness, a longing for rest. These changes are not random. They are the result of your inner clocks, guiding you through the cycles of the day. Even your sense of the seasons is shaped by these rhythms. As the days grow longer or shorter, your body adjusts, responding to the changing light. In winter, you may feel a pull toward rest and reflection. In summer, a surge of energy and activity. These seasonal rhythms are ancient, woven into the fabric of life itself, a reminder that you are part of a world that is always turning, always changing. There is a quiet wisdom in these inner clocks, a sense that time is not just something you measure, but something you live. Your body is a symphony of rhythms, each one playing its part in the unfolding story of your life. When you listen to these rhythms, when you honor the cycles of rest and activity, of light and darkness, you are moving in harmony with yourself and with the world. Let's pause for a moment and notice the rhythms within you. Feel the steady beat of your heart, the gentle rise and fall of your breath, the quiet pulse of energy in your body. Notice how your mind feels alert or tired, focused or wandering. These are the signals of your inner clocks, guiding you through the flow of time. Sometimes these rhythms are disrupted. Travel across time zones, late nights, or irregular schedules can throw your inner clocks out of sync, leaving you feeling disoriented or tired. This is known as jet lag, a gentle reminder of how closely your sense of time is tied to the rhythms of your body. With patience and care, your clocks will reset, finding their way back to harmony. There are ways to support your inner timekeepers, to help your body and mind move in sync with the world. Regular sleep, exposure to natural light, gentle movement, and mindful pauses can all help to strengthen your rhythms. When you honor these cycles, you are not just caring for your body. You are nurturing your sense of time, creating space for presence and ease. The brain's timekeepers are not just about the passage of hours and days. They are also about the quality of your experience. When your rhythms are in balance, you feel more present, more alive, more able to savor the moments that matter. When they are disrupted, time can feel jagged or rushed, the days blurring together in a haze of fatigue. But even in the midst of disruption, there is a gentle resilience within. Your body is always seeking balance, always adjusting, always finding its way back to harmony. With each breath, each heartbeat, each cycle of waking and sleeping, you are moving in rhythm with yourself and with the world. Let's take a moment to honor these inner clocks, to notice the ways they shape your days and years. Perhaps you feel a sense of gratitude for the steady beat of your heart, the gentle rise and fall of your breath, the quiet wisdom of your body. Perhaps you notice the way your energy shifts throughout the day, the way your mood changes with the light. These are the signals of your inner timekeepers, guiding you through the unfolding story of your life. As you rest in this awareness, you may find a sense of peace, a quiet acceptance of the rhythms within you, a gentle trust in the flow of time. The world is still wide and welcoming, and you are moving in harmony with its turning. With each moment, each breath, each beat of your heart, you are living the mystery of time, carried by the silent music of your inner clocks. Let yourself rest in this gentle rhythm, letting the brain's timekeepers guide you through the quiet of evening. The world is still turning, the days are still unfolding, and you are part of the great symphony of life, moving in time with the world around you. Within the gentle symphony of your inner clocks, there is a special note that rings out whenever something new arrives, a bright, clear chime that draws your attention and colors your memory. This is the music of novelty, the quiet thrill of the unfamiliar, the way a first time can stretch a moment and make it shimmer. As you move through the rhythms of your days, it is novelty that often slows the river of time, inviting you to linger, to notice, to remember. Think back to a moment when you tried something for the very first time. Perhaps it was the first day at a new school, the first taste of a strange fruit, the first time you traveled to a place where the language and the air felt different. Notice how those memories stand out, bright and detailed, as if they happened only yesterday. The colors are sharper, the sounds clearer, the feelings more intense. This is the newness effect, the way your mind pays special attention to what it has never seen before. Science tells us that novelty is a powerful force in the brain. When you encounter something new, your senses awaken, your attention sharpens, and your memory becomes more vivid. The brain releases dopamine, a chemical that signals excitement and reward, making you feel more alive, more present, more engaged. In these moments, time seems to slow, each second stretching out to hold the richness of experience. This is why childhood feels so full, so endless. Every day brings new sights, new sounds, new feelings. The world is a place of discovery, and your mind is wide open, soaking in the details. Each new experience is a marker in memory, a bright bead on the string of your life. The more newness you encounter, the longer those days seem to last out. As you grow older, the world becomes more familiar. Routines settle in, and the days begin to blend together. The mind, ever efficient, learns to move quickly through the things it already knows. The river of time picks up speed, and the years seem to slip by. Yet even in the midst of routine, novelty can still find you a new book, a different path home, a conversation with a stranger. Each moment of newness is a chance to slow the current, to create a memory that lingers. Let's pause for a moment and notice the newness in your own life. When was the last time you tried something for the first time? How did it feel? Did the world seem brighter, the hours longer, the details sharper? These are the moments that stand out, the ones that shape the way you feel time. Novelty is not just about big adventures or dramatic changes. It can be found in the smallest details: a new recipe, a different song, a fresh perspective on an old problem. When you approach the world with curiosity, you invite newness into your days, creating space for wonder and delight. Even the most familiar routines can become fresh and alive when seen through the lens of attention. There is a gentle science behind this. The brain is always searching for patterns, always trying to make sense of the world. When something new appears, the mind must work harder, paying closer attention, creating new connections. This extra effort makes the experience more memorable, more vivid, more real. The unfamiliar lingers, while the routine fades into the background. But novelty is not just about memory. It is also about presence. When you encounter something new, you are pulled into the moment, fully engaged with the world around you. The mind cannot drift or wander. It must pay attention, must notice, must be here. In these moments, time expands, and the world becomes rich with possibility. Consider the way a child explores a new playground. Every swing, every slide, every patch of grass is a discovery. The hours stretch out, filled with laughter and wonder. For the child, the world is always new, always inviting, always alive. This is the magic of novelty, the ability to see the world with fresh eyes, to find delight in the unfamiliar, to let time slow and deepen doubt as adults. It is easy to lose this sense of wonder, to let routine take over, to move quickly through the days. Yet the ability to notice, to be curious, to seek out newness, remains within you, waiting to be awakened. It is a gentle skill, one that can be practiced and strengthened, like a muscle or a song. Let's take a moment to practice this gentle art. Look around you, wherever you are. Notice something you have never seen before: a pattern in the fabric, a shadow on the wall, a sound in the distance. Let your attention linger, letting the newness fill you with curiosity. This is the heart of novelty, the willingness to be surprised, to be open, to let the world reveal itself in its own time. Science has shown that seeking out new experiences can even change the way your brain works. Novelty stimulates the growth of new neurons, strengthens existing connections, and keeps the mind flexible and alive. It is a kind of nourishment, a way to keep your inner world rich and vibrant, no matter your age. But novelty is not just about seeking out the new. It is also about noticing the newness in the familiar. The world is always changing, always offering something different, if only you are willing to see. The light shifts, the seasons turn, the people around you grow and change. When you pay attention, you can find novelty in the smallest details, creating memories that linger and time that feels full. There is a gentle balance to be found here. Too much novelty can be overwhelming, leaving you feeling scattered or restless. Too little, and the days begin to blur, the years slipping quietly away. The art is in finding the right rhythm, the gentle dance between the familiar and the new, the comfort of routine and the thrill of discovery. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with newness. Do the days feel longer when you try something different? Do the hours stretch out when you are fully engaged, fully present, fully alive? These are the moments that shape the way you feel time, the ones that linger long after the day has passed. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the newness effect fill you with a sense of possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of wonder. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of novelty linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time can slow and deepen. Whenever you choose to notice the newness in your day's dot, and as the world settles into its familiar rhythms once more, you may find yourself carrying a quiet curiosity, a gentle openness to whatever comes next. For in the dance between the old and the new, the routine and the unfamiliar, you are always invited to linger, to notice, to remember, and to let time unfold in its own gentle way. After the bright spark of novelty, life often returns to its familiar patterns. The newness of a first day, a first journey, a first taste, gradually gives way to the gentle repetition of daily life. You wake, you move through your morning rituals. You step into the rhythm of work or study, you return home, you rest. The days begin to echo one another, each one shaped by the same gentle hands. This is the routine of adulthood, a pattern that can bring both comfort and a quiet sense of lost dot. There is a certain peace in routine. The mind, no longer startled by the unfamiliar, can rest in the known. You find your favorite mug, your well-worn path, the familiar faces and voices that fill your days. The world feels safe, predictable, and steady. In the gentle repetition of daily life, there is a kind of sanctuary, a place where you can breathe, where you can let your guard down, where you can simply be. Yet, as the days settle into sameness, time itself seems to change its shape. The hours slip by unnoticed, the weeks blend together, and the years begin to gather speed. You may look back and wonder where the time has gone, how the seasons have turned so quickly, how the bright moments of newness have faded into the background of routine. Science offers a gentle explanation for this feeling. When your days are filled with repetition, your brain does not need to work as hard to process each moment. The details blur, the memories fade, and time seems to accelerate. The mind, ever efficient, saves its energy for what is new and important, letting the familiar slip quietly by. This is why the years of adulthood, filled with routine, can feel as if they pass in a blur. But routine is not the enemy of time. It is a gentle structure, a framework that holds your days together. Within its steady rhythm, there is space for rest, for reflection, for the quiet joys that come from knowing and being known. The comfort of a favorite meal, the warmth of a familiar voice, the peace of a well-loved place. These are the gifts of routine, the small treasures that fill your days with meaning. Let's pause for a moment and notice the routines in your own life. Perhaps you have a morning ritual, a cup of tea, a few quiet moments with a book, a walk in the early light. Perhaps your evenings are shaped by the gentle repetition of dinner, conversation, and rest. These patterns, though simple, are the threads that weave your days together, creating a tapestry of comfort and care. There is a quiet beauty in the ordinary, a gentle magic in the familiar. When you pay attention, you may notice the subtle changes that unfold within the pattern, the way the light shifts through the seasons, the way your thoughts and feelings ebb and flow, the way each day, though similar, is never quite the same. Even in the midst of routine, there is always something new to notice, some small detail that catches your eye and invites you to linger. Routine can also be a place of healing. In times of uncertainty or change, the familiar can offer a sense of stability, a reminder that some things remain constant even as the world shifts around you. The gentle repetition of daily life can soothe the mind, calm the heart, and create a sense of safety and belonging. Yet, it is natural to long for something more. The mind, shaped by the thrill of novelty, sometimes grows restless in the face of sameness. You may find yourself yearning for adventure, for change, for the spark of something new. This longing is not a flaw, but a gentle reminder that you are always growing, always seeking, always moving forward in the river of time. There is an art to living within routine, a way to find balance between the comfort of the familiar and the excitement of the new. It is the art of noticing, of paying attention to the small changes that unfold within the pattern. It is the art of gratitude, of cherishing the quiet joys that fill your days. It is the art of presence, of being fully here, even in the midst of repetition. Let's take a moment to practice this gentle art. Bring your attention to the routines that shape your day. Notice the way your body moves through familiar motions, the way your mind settles into known patterns. Notice the comfort that comes from knowing what to expect, the peace that comes from being at home in your own life. Now, let your attention linger on the small details, the way the sunlight falls across the table, the sound of a loved one's voice, the taste of your favorite food. These are the moments that fill your days with meaning, the quiet joys that make routine a place of beauty and care. Science tells us that even within routine, you can create moments of newness and wonder. By paying attention, by noticing the details, by bringing curiosity to the familiar, you can slow the river of time and create memories that linger. The mind is always ready to be surprised, always open to the possibility of delight, even in the most ordinary of days. There is a gentle wisdom in this. Routine is not a prison, but a garden, a place where you can plant seeds of joy, where you can nurture the small moments that make life rich and full. When you tend to your routines with care, you are creating a life that is both steady and alive, both comforting and open to change. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts within routine. Do the days feel shorter or longer? Do the weeks blend together, or do certain moments stand out? Notice the way your mind moves, the way your heart responds, the way your body settles into the rhythm of daily life. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the routine of adulthood become a place of comfort and care. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your days. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of routine linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time can be both steady and alive, both familiar and new. And as the pattern of your days continues, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the routines that hold you, for the small joys that fill your life, for the gentle rhythm that guides you through the unfolding story of your days. Within the gentle patterns of routine, there are moments that stand out, glowing with a light all their own. These are the days when your heart beats a little faster, when laughter bubbles up unexpectedly, or when a quiet sadness settles over. You like a soft blanket. Emotion is the artist of memory, painting your experience in colors that linger long after the moment has passed. Where routine gives time its shape, feeling gives it its color. Think of a memory that shines brightly in your mind. Perhaps it is a day of celebration, a moment of triumph, or a time when you felt deeply loved. Notice how the details come alive, the sound of voices, the warmth of sunlight, the taste of something sweet. Joy has a way of stretching time, making each second feel full and golden, as if the world itself is holding its breath in delight. Now, recall a moment of fear or sadness. The world may have seemed too slow, each minute heavy and long. Or perhaps time sped up, the hours slipping away in a blur of worry or grief. Emotion can bend time, stretching it out or compressing it, coloring your memories in shades of bright or muted hue. The mind, ever sensitive, responds to feeling with a shift in perception, a change in the way you experience the flow of moments. Science tells us that emotion and time are deeply intertwined. When you feel something strongly, your brain releases chemicals that heighten your senses, sharpen your attention, and make memories more vivid. Joy, excitement, and love can make time feel expansive, while fear, anxiety, or sadness can make it feel slow or fragmented. The emotional clock within you is always ticking, always shaping the way you move through the world. Consider the way a single day can feel so different depending on your mood. A day spent in happiness seems to fly by, each hour filled with laughter and light. A day spent in worry or sorrow can feel endless, the minutes stretching out, heavy and slow. The same clock ticks on the wall, but your experience of time is colored by the feelings that move through you. There is a gentle wisdom in this. Emotion is not just a response to the world. It is a way of being in the world, a way of noticing, of caring, of being alive. When you feel deeply, you are present with yourself, attuned to the rhythms of your own heart. The world becomes more vivid, more real, more meaningful. Let's pause for a moment and notice the feelings that color your own memories. Are there moments that burn bright, filled with joy or excitement? Are there days that feel muted, softened by sadness or loss? Notice how your mind moves from one feeling to the next, how your memories are shaped by the emotions that filled them. Emotion can also change the way you remember. A joyful moment may become brighter with time, its details growing sharper each time you recall it. A painful memory may soften, its edges blurring as you heal. The mind, ever gentle, knows how to protect you, how to hold on to what matters, how to let go of what hurts. There is a quiet art to living with feeling, a way of honoring the emotions that move through you without letting them take over. It is the art of noticing, of allowing yourself to feel, of letting your heart be touched by the world. It is the art of compassion, of being gentle with yourself, of knowing that every feeling has its place, its purpose, its time. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with emotion. Do the days feel longer when you are sad, shorter when you are happy? Do certain moments stand out, colored by feeling, while others fade into the background? Notice the way your heart responds, the way your mind remembers, the way your body feels. Science has shown that even the act of recalling an emotional memory can change your experience of time. When you remember a joyful day, your brain lights up, your heart lifts, and the world feels brighter. When you recall a difficult moment, you may feel the weight of sadness or fear, and time may seem to slow. The emotional clock within you is always ticking, always shaping the way you move through the world. There is a gentle power in this awareness. When you know that emotion colors your experience of time, you can choose to be present with your feelings, to honor them, to let them move through you without resistance. You can find comfort in the knowledge that every feeling, no matter how strong, will pass, and that time will carry you forward, gently and surely. Let's take a moment to breathe, to notice the feelings that are present in this moment. Perhaps you feel a sense of peace, or a quiet joy, or a gentle sadness. Whatever you feel, let it be a companion, a guide, a reminder of your own aliveness. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your heart. As you rest in this awareness, you may find a sense of gratitude for the emotions that color your life. Joy, sorrow, excitement, fear, all are part of the tapestry of your days, each one adding depth and richness to your experience. When you honor your feelings, you are honoring yourself, creating space for healing, for growth, for presence. Let yourself rest in this gentle awareness, letting the color of emotion fill you with a sense of possibility. The world is still turning. The days are still unfolding, and you are part of the great dance of feeling and time. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of emotion linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time can stretch and shrink, brighten and fade, whenever you allow yourself to feel and as the colors of your memories blend and shift, you may find yourself carrying a quiet openness to whatever feelings arise, knowing that each one is a part of your story, a brushstroke in the painting of your life, a note in the music of your days. As the colors of emotion fade and blend into the tapestry of memory, you may find yourself wondering about the nature of time itself. Beyond the gentle rhythms of your heart, beyond the shifting hues of feeling, there is a deeper mystery. Question that has puzzled thinkers and dreamers for centuries. What is time, really? Is it a river that carries us forward, or a vast landscape we move through? Is it something we create, or something that simply is? Let your mind drift for a moment, floating above the world, looking down at the turning earth, the rising and setting sun, the endless dance of day and night. From this vantage point, time seems simple as steady march of seconds, minutes, hours, days. Yet, as you look closer, you begin to see the complexity, the subtlety, the wonder that lies beneath the surface. Physicists, too, have long been fascinated by the mystery of time. They speak of time's arrow, the one-way flow from past to future. The reason why you remember yesterday, but not tomorrow. This arrow is tied to the second law of thermodynamics, the principle that disorder, or entropy, always increases. A cup of tea cools, a candle burns down, a memory fades. The universe moves from order to chaos, and time moves with it, always forward, never back. But time is not just a line. It is a dimension, woven into the very fabric of the universe. Einstein showed us that time and space are not separate, but part of a single, four-dimensional tapestry spacetime. In this view, time can bend and stretch, slow down and speed up, depending on how you move and where you are. A clock on a speeding train ticks more slowly than one at rest. A clock near a massive planet runs more slowly than one far away. Time is not absolute. It is relative, shaped by gravity and motion, by the very structure of the cosmos. Imagine, for a moment, standing on the surface of the earth, feeling the gentle pull of gravity. Your body is anchored to the ground, your days shaped by the turning of the planet, the rising and setting of the sun. Yet high above you, in the silence of space, time moves differently. Astronauts on the International Space Station age just a tiny bit more slowly than those on Earth, their clocks ticking at a slightly different pace. The difference is small, but it is a gentle reminder that time is not the same everywhere. The universe itself is a vast clock, ticking away the moments since the Big Bang. Scientists measure the age of the cosmos in billions of years, tracing the expansion of space, the cooling of stars, the birth and death of galaxies. Time, on this scale, is almost unimaginable, a river so wide and deep that your own life is but a single drop. Yet, within this vastness, every moment matters. Every heartbeat, every breath, every memory. There is a quiet beauty in the way physics describes time. The equations are elegant, the concepts profound, yet the mystery remains. No one knows why time moved forward, why the past is fixed and the future open, why you can remember what has been, but not what will be. Some physicists suggest that time is an illusion, a trick of consciousness, a way for your mind to make sense of change. Others believe that time is as real as space, a dimension you move through, step by step, moment by moment. Let's pause for a moment and imagine time as a landscape, a vast plain stretching out in all directions, dotted with the moments of your life. The past lies behind you, the future ahead, the present a single point where you stand. Yet, from the perspective of physics, all moments may exist at once, like pages in a book waiting to be read. You move through the story, one page at a time. But the whole book is already there, complete and unchanging. This view can be both comforting and unsettling. If all moments exist, then every joy, every sorrow, every breath is eternal, woven into the fabric of the universe. Yet you can only live one moment at a time, always moving forward, always leaving the past behind. The arrow of time is both a gift and a mystery, a gentle reminder that life is precious, that each moment is unique, that the story is always unfolding. Science also tells us that time is deeply connected to change. Without change, there is no time, no way to mark the difference between one moment and the next. The ticking of a clock, the beating of a heart, the turning of the earth, all are signs that time is passing, that the world is in motion. Even the smallest change, the flicker of a thought, the flutter of a leaf, is a marker of time's flow. Yet, there are places in the universe where time seems to stand still. At the edge of a black hole, gravity is so strong that time slows to a crawl. To an outside observer, a falling object appears to freeze, never quite crossing the event horizon. In these places, the laws of physics bend and twist, and time itself becomes strange, almost unrecognizable. There is a gentle humility in this knowledge. The more you learn about time, the more mysterious it becomes. The universe is vast and ancient, its rhythms slow and deep, its secrets hidden in the fabric of space-time. Yet, within this vastness, your own experience of time is real and meaningful, shaped by memory, by attention, by feeling, by the quiet ticking of your inner clocks. Let's take a moment to breathe, to feel the flow of time within you and around you. Notice the way your heart beats, the way your breath moves, the way your thoughts drift from past to present to future. You are part of the universe, a small but precious piece of the great unfolding story. Your moments matter, your memories matter. Your life is a thread in the tapestry of time. As you rest in this awareness, you may find a sense of wonder, quiet awe at the mystery of time, at the beauty of the universe, at the miracle of your own existence. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your days, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unknown. And as the night deepens and the stars wheel overhead, you may find yourself drifting gently through the landscape of time, carried by the rhythms of the cosmos, held by the mystery, comforted by the knowledge that you are part of something vast and beautiful, something that stretches far beyond the boundaries of your own life. As you drift through the vast landscape of time, the universe's mysteries swirling quietly around you, you may notice how your own experience of time is shaped not just by memory or emotion, but by the simple act of sensing the world. Your senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, are the gentle gateways through which each moment arrives. They are the windows that open onto the present, coloring your experience and quietly guiding the flow of time. Imagine for a moment the way a single sound can change the shape of an hour, the slow, steady ticking of a clock in a quiet room, the distant call of a bird at dawn, the laughter of a friend, the hush of falling rain, the gentle hum of evening settling in. Each sound is a marker in the river of time, a ripple that draws your attention and anchors you in the now. Sight, too, is a powerful shaper of time. The way sunlight moves across a wall, the shifting colors of a sunset, the flicker of candlelight in a darkened room. When you pause to notice these details, time seems to slow, each second stretching out to hold the richness of what you see. The world becomes more vivid, more real, more present. Touch is the most intimate of the senses, the one that brings you closest to the world. The softness of a blanket, the warmth of a hand, the coolness of a breeze on your skin. These sensations are reminders that you are here, alive, part of the unfolding story of the day. When you pay attention to touch, you are drawn into the present, the flow of time gentled by the comfort of contact. Taste and smell are the senses most closely tied to memory. A single flavor, a familiar scent, can carry you back through the years, opening doors to moments long past. The taste of a favorite meal, the scent of rain on dry earth, the aroma of coffee in the morning, these are the anchors that hold you in the present, even as they connect you to the past. Time, in these moments, becomes layered and deep. A tapestry woven from sensation and memory. Science tells us that your senses are not just passive receivers of information. They are active participants in the creation of your experience. When you focus on a single sense, the world becomes richer, more detailed, more alive. Time slows, your attention deepens, and the moment expands to fill your awareness. This is why a beautiful piece of music, a breathtaking view, or the touch of a loved one can make time feel suspended, as if the world itself is pausing to let you savor the experience. Consider the way music shapes your sense of time. A song can make a long journey feel short, or a brief moment feel endless. The rhythm of a melody, the rise and fall of notes, the swell of harmony, all are ways of marking time, of giving shape to the flow of experience. When you lose yourself in music, you are carried by its current, the minutes slipping by unnoticed, the world outside fading into the background. The same is true of scent. A single fragrance can transport you across years and miles, bringing back memories with a vividness that surprises you. The smell of pine needles, of fresh bread, of a loved one's perfume, each is a doorway to another time, another place, another version of yourself. In these moments, time folds in on itself. The past and present mingling in the air. Touch, too, can change the way you feel time. The comfort of a warm bath, the roughness of tree bark beneath your fingers, the gentle pressure of a hug. These sensations ground you in the present, reminding you that you are here, now, alive in this body, in this moment. When you pay attention to touch, the world becomes more immediate, more real, more yours. Sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell all are ways of marking the passage of time, of giving shape to the flow of your days. When you move quickly through the world, distracted or hurried, the senses fade into the background, and time seems to slip away. But when you pause, when you notice, when you savor the details, time slows, the world opens, and each moment becomes a treasure. Let's pause for a moment and notice the sensations around you. What do you hear? The quiet hum of the room, the distant sounds of the world outside, the gentle rhythm of your own breath. What do you see? The play of light and shadow, the colors and shapes that fill your space. What do you feel? The softness beneath you, the air on your skin, the steady beat of your heart. Notice how your senses anchor you in the present, how they invite you to linger, to savor, to be. This is the gift of the senses, the ability to slow time, to deepen experience, to make each moment matter. When you pay attention to what you see, hear, touch, taste, and smell, you are not just passing through time. You are living it fully. And deeply. Science has shown that mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the senses, can change the way you experience time. When you are present with your sensations, the world becomes more vivid, more real, more alive. Time slows, your mind quiets, and you are able to savor the richness of the moment. This is not just a trick of perception. It is a way of being, a way of living, a way of honoring the gift of time. There is a gentle art to savoring the senses, a way of moving through the world with presence and care. It is the art of noticing the small details, of letting yourself be touched by beauty, of allowing the world to fill you with wonder. It is the art of slowing down, of making space for silence, of letting each moment unfold in its own time. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with sensation. Do the days feel longer when you pay attention to what you see in Hear and feel? Do the hours stretch out when you savor a favorite meal? Or linger in the warmth of a hug? Or lose yourself in a song? These are the moments that shape the way you feel time, the ones that linger long after the day has passed. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the senses fill you with a sense of presence and possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your senses. As you drift into the quiet of evening, let the feeling of sensation linger, a soft light in the heart, a gentle reminder of the way time can slow and deepen. Whenever you choose to notice the world around you, and as the night settles in, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the senses that guide you, for the moments that linger, for the gentle unfolding of time through sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. As the senses draw you into the richness of each moment, you may notice how certain days stand apart from the gentle flow of ordinary time. These are the days that shine with a special light: birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, and quiet personal milestones. They are the markers on the calendar of your heart, the gentle signposts that give shape to the river of your years. Imagine, for a moment, the feeling of waking up on your birthday. The air seems different, charged with a quiet anticipation. Even if the day unfolds like any other, there is a sense of pause, a gentle awareness that this day is set apart. The world feels a little brighter, the hours a little fuller, as if time itself is honoring your journey. Rituals and milestones are woven into the fabric of every life. They are the celebrations that gather friends and family, the quiet moments of reflection, the traditions that return year after year. Each one is a thread in the tapestry of your days, a way of marking the passage of time, of honoring the story you are living. Science tells us that these special days are powerful anchors for memory. The mind, ever attentive to meaning, pays special attention to moments that are set apart. The details of a holiday meal, the laughter of a gathering, the feeling of blowing out candles, these are the memories that linger bright and clear, long after the day has passed. The repetition of ritual deepens their imprint, making each return a little richer, a little more familiar, a little more cherished. Consider the way holidays shape the rhythm of your year. The anticipation builds, the preparations begin, and the world seems to slow as the day approaches. Whether it is a festival of light, a season of giving, or a simple family tradition, these rituals create a sense of belonging, a feeling of connection to something larger than yourself. They are the gentle pauses that invite you to reflect, to celebrate, to remember. Anniversaries, too, are powerful markers. They are the days when you look back, honoring the journey you have traveled together or alone. The anniversary of a wedding, a friendship, a loss, or a personal achievement becomes a moment to pause, to notice how far you have come, to honor the changes that have shaped you. These days are not just about celebration. They are about meaning, about memory, about the quiet unfolding of your story. Even the smallest milestones can become anchors in the calendar of your heart. The first day at a new job, the last day of school, the moment you learned something that changed you. These are the gentle markers that give shape to your days, the quiet reminders that time is always moving, always carrying you forward. Let's pause for a moment and notice the rituals and milestones in your own life. Which days stand out in your memory? Which traditions bring you comfort or joy or a sense of belonging? Notice how your heart responds to these special days, how your mind lingers on the details, how your body remembers the feeling of being part of something meaningful. There is a gentle wisdom in honoring these days. Rituals are not just about repetition. They are about presence, about bringing your full attention to the moment, about creating space for reflection and gratitude. When you celebrate a milestone, you are not just marking the passage of time. You are honoring the journey, the growth, the love, and the loss that have shaped you. Science has shown that rituals can even change the way you experience time. The anticipation of a special day can make the days leading up to it feel longer, richer, more meaningful. The memory of a celebration can linger, coloring the days that follow with a sense of joy or comfort. Rituals create a rhythm, a pattern, a sense of order in the flow of time. There is also a quiet comfort in the return of familiar traditions. In a world that is always changing, rituals offer a sense of stability, a reminder that some things remain constant. The lighting of a candle, the sharing of a meal, the telling of a story, these are the gentle threads that connect you to your past, to your loved ones, to the larger story of your life. Let's take a moment to honor the calendar of your heart. Think of a ritual or milestone that is meaningful to you. Notice the feelings that arise, the warmth of connection, the sweetness of memory, the quiet pride of achievement. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the special days of your life become anchors in the river of time. As you move through the ordinary days, you may find comfort in knowing that the calendar of your heart is always there, quietly marking the passage of time, gently holding the moments that matter. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your rituals, your milestones, your memories. And as the pages of your heart's calendar turn, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the special days that shape your life, for the rituals that bring you home, for the milestones that remind you of how far you have come and how much there is still to discover. As the pages of your heart's calendar turn, you may notice how some seasons seem to fly by, while others linger, stretching out in memory. There are years that vanish in a blink, and moments that seem to last forever. Time, so steady and constant on the clock, can feel slippery and unpredictable in your mind. This is the illusion of speed, the curious way your perception of time can shift, sometimes leaving you breathless, sometimes inviting you to pause. Think of a year that seemed to disappear, swallowed by routine or swept away by change. Perhaps it was a year filled with busyness, each day packed with tasks and obligations, the weeks blurring together until suddenly another birthday, another holiday, another milestone had arrived. You may look back and wonder, where did the time go? The days were full, yet the memories are thin, the details faded, the year itself a blur. Science tells us that this sense of speed is often an illusion, a trick of the mind shaped by attention, memory, and emotion. When your days are filled with sameness, your brain does not need to work hard to process each moment. The details slip by unnoticed, and time seems to accelerate. The more routine your days, the faster the years seem to pass. But there are also moments that linger, stretching out in memory, refusing to be rushed. A single afternoon spent in laughter, a quiet evening of reflection, a moment of awe or wonder. These are the times when the world seems to slow, when each second is full and rich and alive. The mind, ever sensitive to meaning, pays special attention to what matters, creating memories that anchor you in the flow of time. Consider the way anticipation can change your sense of speed. Waiting for something, a letter, a visit, a new beginning, can make the days feel long, each hour heavy with expectation. Yet when the moment finally arrives, it can pass in a flash, leaving you longing for more. The mind stretches and compresses, time shaping your experience in ways that are both mysterious and profound. Distraction, too, can make time seem to vanish. When your attention is scattered, when you move quickly from one task to the next, the hours slip by unnoticed. You may reach the end of the day and realize you remember very little, the details lost in the rush. This is the paradox of busyness. The more you do, the less you remember, and the faster time seems to move. Yet, even in the midst of speed, there are ways to slow down, to reclaim your sense of presence, to anchor yourself in the moment. Sometimes, All it takes is a pause, a deep breath, a quiet noticing, a gentle return to the world around you. When you pay attention, when you linger with what is, time expands, the illusion of speed dissolves, and the world becomes rich with possibility. Let's pause for a moment and notice the pace of your own days. Do they feel fast or slow? Do the weeks blur together, or do certain moments stand out? Notice how your mind moves, how your heart responds, how your body feels. The illusion of speed is not a flaw, but a gentle reminder to pay attention, to savor the moments that matter, to let yourself be present with what is. Science has shown that mindfulness, the practice of being present, can change the way you experience time. When you slow down, when you notice the details, when you bring your full attention to the moment, time stretches, the world opens, and each second becomes a treasure. The mind, ever adaptable, is always ready to be surprised, always open to the possibility of wonder. There is a quiet wisdom in this. The illusion of speed is not something to fight, but something to notice, to honor, to learn from. It is a signal that you may be moving too quickly, that you may be missing the richness of your own life. When you slow down, when you linger, when you savor, you are not just reclaiming your sense of time. You are reclaiming your sense of self. Let's take a moment to breathe, to notice the pace of your own life. Perhaps you feel a sense of urgency, a longing to slow down, a desire to be more present. Whatever you feel, let it be a gentle companion, a guide, a reminder that time is not just something to measure, but something to live, to notice, to cherish. As you rest in this awareness, you may find a sense of gratitude for the moments that linger, for the days that stretch, for the times when the world slows and you are able to be fully here. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your attention, your memory, your heart. And as the illusion of speed fades, you may find yourself carrying a quiet intention to slow down, to notice, to savor, to let each moment unfold in its own time, to honor the gentle flow of your days, and to trust that you are exactly where you need to be. As the rush of days slows and the illusion of speed softens, you may find yourself reflecting on the gentle changes that come with age. The world, once so new and bright, settles into a quieter rhythm. The mind, shaped by years of experience, becomes a landscape of memory, wisdom, and gentle transformation. The aging brain is not simply a record of what has passed, but a living, breathing part of who you are, always changing, always adapting, always quietly shaping your sense of time. Imagine, for a moment, the way your thoughts move now compared to years ago. Perhaps you notice a softness, a patience, a willingness to linger with a memory or a feeling. The urgency of youth gives way to a deeper appreciation for the present, a gentle curiosity about the past, a quiet acceptance of what is. The brain, ever resilient, finds new ways to hold and process the flow of experience. Science tells us that the brain is always changing, even as we grow older. Neurons, the tiny messengers of thought, continue to form new connections, even as some pathways fade. The process is called neuroplasticity, a gentle reminder that learning and growth are possible at any age. The brain adapts, finding new routes for memory, attention, and emotion, weaving the story of your life with threads both old and new. As you age, certain changes in the brain are natural. The hippocampus, a region deeply involved in memory, may shrink slightly, making it harder to recall names or recent events. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning and decision-making, may slow its pace. Yet, these changes are balanced by a deepening of perspective, a growing ability to see the bigger picture, to find meaning in the patterns of your days. May notice that time seems to move more quickly as you grow older. The years gather speed, the seasons turn with a quiet urgency. This is partly because the brain, now familiar with the routines of life, does not need to record every detail. The days blend together, the memories become softer, the years slip by. Yet within this gentle acceleration, there is also a richness, a sense that each moment is more precious, more worthy of attention, more deeply felt. Consider the way memory changes with age. The bright, vivid recall of childhood gives way to a softer, more reflective remembering. You may find yourself drawn to certain stories, certain moments, certain feelings that have shaped you. The mind, ever selective, holds on to what matters, letting the rest fade into the background. This is not a loss, but a gentle refinement away of distilling the essence of your life, of finding meaning in the flow of time. Emotion, too, shifts with age. The highs and lows of youth soften into a steadier, more balanced rhythm. The aging brain is often better at regulating emotion, at finding calm in the midst of change, at savoring the quiet joys of daily life. There is a wisdom that comes with age, a gentle knowing that feelings come and go, that time heals, that presence is a gift. Let's pause for a moment and notice the changes in your own mind. Perhaps you feel a sense of nostalgia, a longing for days gone by, or a quiet gratitude for the journey you have traveled. Notice how your thoughts move, how your memories linger, how your feelings settle. The aging brain is a landscape of experience, shaped by the gentle flow of time, colored by the richness of your days. Science has shown that older adults often excel at seeing the bigger picture, at finding meaning in the patterns of life, and letting go of what no longer serves. This is called wisdom, a quality that is not just about knowledge, but about perspective, compassion, and acceptance. The aging brain is a wellspring of wisdom, a source of comfort and guidance, a gentle reminder that every stage of life has its gifts. There is also a quiet resilience in the aging brain. Even as certain abilities change, others grow stronger. The mind becomes more adept at focusing on what matters, at savoring the present, at finding joy in the simple things. The ability to adapt, to learn, to grow remains alive, even as the years pass. Neuroplasticity ensures that the brain is never truly fixed, but always open to change, always ready to create new connections, always capable of renewal. Consider the way your sense of time shifts with age. The days may feel shorter, the years may pass more quickly, but the moments that matter become more vivid, more deeply cherished. The mind, now seasoned by experience, knows how to linger with a memory, how to savor a feeling, how to find beauty in the ordinary. The rush of youth gives way to a slower, more mindful pace, a gentle unfolding of presence and awareness. Let's take a moment to honor the wisdom of the aging mind. Think of a lesson you have learned, a perspective you have gained, a way of seeing the world that has changed with time. Notice the richness of your experience, the depth of your understanding, the quiet strength that comes from having lived and loved and learned. The aging brain is a treasure, a source of insight and comfort, a gentle guide through the unfolding story of your life. There is a gentle art to growing older, a way of embracing change with grace and curiosity. It is the art of letting go of what no longer serves, of holding on to what matters, of finding meaning in the flow of time. It is the art of presence, of being fully here, even as the years gather speed, even as the world shifts and changes. Around you, as you listen, notice how your own sense of self has changed with age. Do you feel more patient, more compassionate, more open to the mysteries of life? Do you find comfort in the patterns of your days, in the memories that linger, in the wisdom that grows with time? The aging brain is a gentle companion, a source of strength and resilience, a reminder that you are always growing, always learning, always becoming. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the wisdom of the aging mind fill you with a sense of peace and possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your days, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as the years continue to turn, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the journey you have traveled, for the lessons you have learned, for the gentle unfolding of wisdom that comes with age. The aging brain is not a record of loss, but a celebration of growth, a testament to the beauty of change, a gentle reminder that every moment is a gift, every day a new beginning, every year a chapter in the story of your life. As the wisdom of the aging mind settles softly within you, another landscape quietly opens, a world that exists just beyond the edge of waking, where time itself seems to lose its shape. This is the realm of dreams, a place where the ordinary rules of day and night dissolve, and the river of time meanders in ways both mysterious and profound. Here, behind closed eyes, you are invited to drift, to wander, to experience the gentle strangeness of dream-time. Each night, as you surrender to sleep, your mind embarks on a journey. The world of the senses fades, the body grows still, and consciousness slips into a new dimension. In this space, time is no longer measured by clocks or calendars. Instead, it is shaped by feeling, by memory, by the quiet logic of the dreaming mind. A single moment can stretch into an eternity, or an entire lifetime can pass in the blink of an eye. Science tells us that dreams are born in the cycles of sleep, woven from the fabric of memory, emotion, and imagination. As you move through the stages of sleep, your brain shifts gears, entering periods of rapid eye movement REM sleep, where dreams are most vivid and strange. During REM, the brain is almost as active as it is when you are awake, yet the body is gently paralyzed, held in a state of stillness to protect you from acting out your dreams. Within this nightly theater, time becomes elastic. You may find yourself reliving a childhood memory, only to leap forward into a future that never was. You may travel across continents, meet people long gone, or experience events that defy the laws of waking life. The mind, freed from the constraints of reality, weaves stories that are at once familiar and fantastical, comforting and unsettling, fleeting and endless. Why does time feel so different in dreams? Part of the answer lies in the way the brain processes experience during sleep. Without the steady input of the senses, the mind is free to create its own reality, unbound by the usual markers of time's passage. The hippocampus, which helps organize memories in waking life, is less active during REM sleep, allowing events to unfold in a nonlinear, often surreal sequence. The result is a sense of timelessness, a feeling that anything is possible, that the boundaries of past, present, and future have dissolved. Consider the way a single dream can feel as if it lasts for hours, even though only a few minutes have passed in the outside world. Or the way you can wake from a dream with the sense that an entire story has unfolded, complete with beginnings, middles, and ends. The mind, in its dreaming state, is a master storyteller, able to compress or expand time at will, to linger in a moment or leap across years in a heartbeat. Dreams are not just random images or meaningless noise. They are a vital part of the brain's work, a way of processing emotion, consolidating memory, and exploring the possibilities of the self. Through dreams, you rehearse challenges, revisit old wounds, and imagine new futures. The stories you live behind closed eyes are woven into the fabric of your waking life, shaping your feelings, your choices, your sense of who you are. Let's pause for a moment and remember a dream that has stayed with you. Perhaps it was a place you visited, a person you met, a feeling that lingered long after you woke. Notice how the details shimmer, how the sense of time is both clear and elusive, how the dream seems to exist outside the ordinary flow of days. This is the magic of dream time, a world where the rules are different, where the mind is free to wander, where time is a gentle, shifting presence. Science has begun to unlock some of the mysteries of dreaming, yet much remains unknown. We know that dreams are shaped by the events of the day, by the emotions you carry, by the memories that rise to the surface as you sleep. We know that the brain uses dreams to process and organize experience, to solve problems, to heal. But the question of why time feels so different in dreams is still a gentle puzzle, a reminder that the mind is deeper and more mysterious than we can fully understand. There is a quiet wisdom in the way dreams bend time. In the world behind closed eyes, you are invited to let go of control, to surrender to the flow of experience, to trust that the story will unfold as it needs to. The mind, in its dreaming state, is both creator and witness, both actor and audience, both child and sage. In dreams, you are free to explore, to imagine, to become. Let's take a moment to honor the world of dreams. As you settle into sleep, each night you are entering a space of possibility, a place where time is soft and fluid, where the boundaries of self and world dissolve. The dreams you dream are not just stories. They are messages from the deeper parts of your mind, invitations to listen, to learn, to grow. Dreams can also be a source of comfort, a way of reconnecting with what has been lost, of finding meaning. In the midst of change, in dreams, you may meet loved ones who are gone, revisit places that no longer exist, or find yourself in a world that feels both strange and familiar. The mind, in its wisdom, knows how to heal, how to remember, how to hope. There is a gentle art to remembering dreams, a way of bringing their lessons into waking life. When you wake, take a moment to linger in the space between sleep and day, to notice the feelings, the images, the stories that remain. Write them down if you wish, or simply hold them in your heart as gentle reminders of the mind's power to create, to imagine, to heal. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts in dreams. Do you feel the freedom to linger, to explore, to become? Do you find comfort in the strangeness, in the way the mind weaves stories from the threads of memory and hope? The world of dreams is a gentle teacher, a reminder that time is not just something to measure, but something to experience, to savor, to trust. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the softness of dream time fill you with a sense of wonder and possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your dreams, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as you drift between waking and sleeping, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the mysteries of the mind, for the gentle bending of time in dreams, for the stories that heal and guide and comfort you, night after night, as you journey through the world behind closed eyes. As the world of dreams releases you gently back into waking life, you may notice a lingering softness, a sense that time, even here, can be fluid and kind. The lessons of dream time do not vanish with the morning light. They become invitations to move through your day with a new kind of presence. This is the art of mindfulness, the gentle practice of noticing each moment as it arrives, of meeting the world with open eyes and a quiet heart. Mindfulness is not a distant goal or a complicated skill. It is a way of being, a return to the simple act of paying attention. In a world that often rushes forward, pulling you from one task to the next, mindfulness is a pause, a breath, a noticing, a gentle turning toward the present. It is the art of slowing down, of letting each moment unfold in its own time, of finding peace in the ordinary. Imagine, for a moment, the way a single breath can anchor you in the now, the coolness of air as it enters your nose, the gentle rise of your chest, the warmth as you exhale. Each breath is a reminder that you are here, alive, part of the unfolding story of the day. When you bring your attention to the breath, time seems to slow. The world becomes more vivid, And the mind grows quiet. Science tells us that mindfulness can change the way you experience time. When you are present, when you notice the details of your life, the days feel longer, the moments richer, the memories more vivid. The mind, so often scattered by distraction, finds a gentle focus, a sense of ease. The illusion of speed dissolves, replaced by a quiet spaciousness, a feeling that there is enough time for what matters. Consider the way a mindful walk can transform an ordinary afternoon. Each step becomes a meditation, each sound a note in the music of the world. The crunch of gravel beneath your feet, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, the play of sunlight on your skin. These are the details that anchor you in the present, that invite you to linger, to savor, to be. When you walk with awareness, time stretches, the world opens, and each moment becomes a treasure. Mindfulness is not about escaping the challenges of life, but about meeting them with presence and compassion. When you are mindful, you are able to notice your thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them. You can pause, breathe, and choose how to respond, rather than reacting out of habit or haste. This gentle awareness brings a sense of freedom, a feeling that you are not just moving through time, but living it fully and deeply. Let's pause for a moment and practice this art together. Bring your attention to your breath, noticing the way it moves in and out, soft and steady. Notice the sensations in your body, the weight of your limbs, the touch of fabric against your skin, the quiet rhythm of your heart. Let your attention rest here, just for a moment, anchoring you in the present, inviting you to be fully here. Now, let your awareness widen, taking in the sounds and sights around you. Notice the play of light and shadow, the colors and shapes that fill your space. Listen to the quiet hum of the world, the distant sounds that mark the passage of time. Let yourself be curious, open to whatever arises, without judgment or expectation. This is the heart of mindfulness, the willingness to be present, to notice, to care. Science has shown that mindfulness can even change the structure of the brain. Regular practice strengthens the areas involved in attention, emotion, and memory, making it easier to stay present, to regulate feelings, to savor the richness of experience. Mindfulness is a gentle training, a way of nurturing the mind, of creating space for peace and clarity. There is a quiet wisdom in the art of mindfulness. It is the wisdom of knowing that life is made up of moments, each one precious, each one unique. When you are mindful, you are able to meet each moment as it comes, to let go of what has passed, to trust in what is unfolding. A mind so often caught in the rush of past and future finds a gentle home in the now. Consider the way mindfulness can transform even the most ordinary tasks. Washing dishes becomes a meditation on warmth and movement, the play of water and light. Eating a meal becomes an act of gratitude, a chance to savor flavors and textures, to honor the nourishment that sustains you. Even waiting in line can become a moment of presence, a chance to notice your breath, to feel your feet on the ground, to connect with the world around you. Let's take a moment to honor the practice of mindfulness in your own life. Think of a time when you were fully present, when you noticed the details, when you felt at home in the moment. Notice the feelings that arise, the sense of peace, the quiet joy, the gentle spaciousness. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the art of mindfulness fill you with a sense of possibility. Mindfulness is not about perfection, but about practice. There will be days when your mind is busy, when presence feels far away, when the world rushes by. In these moments, mindfulness is a gentle invitation to return, to begin again, to meet yourself with kindness and patience. Each breath is a new beginning, each moment a chance to start fresh. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with mindfulness. Do the days feel longer when you are present? Do the moments stretch out when you notice the details, when you savor the ordinary, when you let yourself be. The art of mindfulness is a gentle teacher, a reminder that time is not just something to measure, but something to live, to notice, to cherish. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the practice of mindfulness become a gentle companion in your days. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle friend, moving at the pace of your presence, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as you move through your days, you may find yourself carrying a quiet intention to slow down, to notice, to savor, to let each moment unfold in its own time, to honor the gentle flow of your days, and to trust that you are exactly where you need to be. As you move through your days with mindful presence, you may find that certain memories rise to the surface, shimmering with a gentle glow. These are the moments of nostalgia, the soft light that lingers in the corners of your mind, illuminating the path you have traveled. Nostalgia is not just a longing for the past. It is a bridge between then and now, a way of weaving your story into the fabric of the present. Imagine, for a moment, the feeling of returning to a place from your childhood. The scent of grass in the summer sun, the sound of laughter echoing. Down familiar streets, the sight of a tree you once climbed, its branches now reaching higher than you remember. In these moments, time folds in on itself, and you are both the child you were and the person you have become. The past feels close, almost touchable, yet also distant, softened by the years. Science tells us that nostalgia is a universal experience, a gentle thread that connects people across cultures and generations. It is more than just remembering. It is a feeling, a warmth, a bittersweet ache that colors your memories with meaning. When you look back with nostalgia, you are not simply recalling facts or events. You are reliving the emotions, the hopes, the dreams that shaped you. The brain, ever sensitive to meaning, plays a special role in nostalgia. When you remember a cherished moment, your mind lights up in ways that are different from ordinary recall. The hippocampus, which helps organize memory, works together with the amygdala, the center of emotion, to create a vivid, emotionally rich experience. This is why nostalgic memories feel so alive, so full, so real. Nostalgia can make time feel both near and far. A single memory can transport you across decades in an instant, bringing the past into the present with a clarity that surprises you. Yet, at the same time, nostalgia reminds you of the distance you have traveled, the changes that have shaped you, the gentle passage of years. It is a feeling of connection and separation, of longing and gratitude, of joy and sorrow intertwined. Let's pause for a moment and notice the memories that bring you nostalgia. Perhaps it is a song that takes you back to a summer evening, a photograph that captures a moment of laughter, a scent that reminds you of home. Notice how your heart responds, how your mind lingers, how your body remembers the feeling of being there. Nostalgia is a gentle companion, a reminder that your story is still unfolding, that the past is always part of the present. Science has shown that nostalgia can be a source of comfort and resilience. When you look back with warmth, you are reminded of the love, the strength, the joy that have carried you through difficult times. Nostalgia can lift your mood, increase your sense of meaning, and help you feel more connected to others. It is a way of gathering the treasures of your life, of honoring the journey, of finding hope in the memories that matter. There is a quiet art to remembering with nostalgia. It is the art of letting the past be what it was, without trying to change or perfect it. It is the art of holding your memories gently, of allowing yourself to feel the sweetness and the ache, the joy and the loss. When you remember with nostalgia, you are not escaping the present. You are enriching it, bringing the wisdom of your journey into the light of today. Consider the way nostalgia shapes your sense of time. The days of childhood, once endless and bright, now shimmer in memory, their details softened by the years. The people you have loved, the places you have been, the dreams you once held, all are part of the tapestry of your life, woven into the present with threads of longing and gratitude. Nostalgia is the gentle hand that turns the pages of your story, inviting you to linger, to savor, to remember. Let's take a moment to honor the memories that bring you nostalgia. Think of a moment from your childhood that still glows in your heart. Notice the colors, the sounds, the feelings that arise. Let yourself rest in this memory, letting it fill you with a sense of connection, of belonging, of wonder. The past is not gone. It is alive within you, shaping the way you see the world, the way you move through time. Nostalgia can also be a guide, helping you find meaning in the present. When you remember what mattered to you as a child, the sense of play, the curiosity, the joy of discovery, you are reminded of the values that still guide you, the dreams that still call to you, the person you are still becoming. Nostalgia is a gentle teacher, a source of wisdom, a reminder that the journey is ongoing, that the story is still being written. There is a gentle science to nostalgia, a way of understanding how the mind weaves past and present together. Researchers have found that nostalgic memories are often triggered by sensory experiences, a song, a scent, a taste, a touch. These triggers open doors in the mind, allowing you to revisit moments that have shaped you, to gather the lessons and the love that still linger. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with nostalgia. Do the years feel closer, the memories brighter, the journey more meaningful? Do you find comfort in the stories you carry, in the moments that linger, in the gentle glow of remembering? Nostalgia is not just a longing for what was. It is a celebration of what is, a way of honoring the richness of your life, the beauty of your days, the unfolding of your story. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the science of nostalgia fill you with a sense of peace and possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your memories, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as you move through your days, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the memories that linger, for the moments that shine, for the gentle light of nostalgia that guides you softly through the river of time. As the gentle glow of nostalgia softens your memories, you may notice how the present world hums with a different kind of rhythm. The quiet unfolding of days, once marked by the sun's slow arc and the turning of seasons, is now punctuated by the bright pulse of screens, the steady ping of notifications, the silent tick of digital clocks. Technology, ever-present and ever-changing, has woven itself into the fabric of your time, shaping the way you move through each day. Imagine, for a moment, the first light of morning. Before you even rise, your phone glows softly on the bedside table, a portal to the world beyond your room. News, messages, reminders all waiting, all urgent, all inviting you to step into the current of information. The day begins not with birdsong or sunlight, but with the gentle buzz of a device, the quiet call of a digital world. Technology has changed the way you measure time. The clock on the wall is no longer the only keeper of hours. Now your phone, your computer, your watch, and even your appliances quietly count the seconds, always in sync, always precise. Schedules are managed by apps, reminders pop up unbidden, and calendars stretch endlessly into the future, filled with color-coded plans and digital promises. This new rhythm can be both a comfort and a challenge. On one hand, technology offers a sense of control, a way to organize the chaos of modern life. You can set alarms, track habits, and connect with loved ones across continents. The world feels smaller, more manageable, more within reach. Yet, at the same time, the constant presence of screens can make time feel fragmented, hurried, and Thin dot science tells us that the digital world can change your sense of time in subtle ways. The endless scroll of social media, the rapid-fire pace of messages, the constant stream of news all can create a sense of urgency, a feeling that you are always behind, always catching up. The mind, bombarded by information, finds it harder to linger, to savor, to rest. The hours slip by unnoticed, the days blur together, and the years gather speed. Consider the way a single hour can vanish in the glow of a screen. You sit down to check a message, and suddenly, an hour has passed filled with images, stories, and updates, but leaving you with little to remember. This is the paradox of technology. It connects you to the world, yet can pull you away from the present, from the richness of your own experience. Yet, technology is not only a thief of time. It can also be a new kind of clock, a tool for presence, a way to slow down and notice. Mindfulness apps, guided meditations, and digital journals invite you to pause, to breathe, to reflect. Video calls bring distant loved ones close, allowing you to share moments that would otherwise be lost. The digital world, when used with intention, can become a gentle companion, a way to mark the passage of time with care. Let's pause for a moment and notice the rhythms of your own digital life. How often do you reach for your phone? How do you feel when a notification appears? Do you find comfort in the order technology brings, or do you feel pulled by its demands? Notice the ways technology shapes your days, the ways it speeds you up or slows you down, the ways it connects you to others and to yourself. There is a quiet art to living with technology, a way of finding balance between connection and presence, between information and rest. It is the art of setting boundaries, of choosing when to engage and when to step away, of creating spaces in your day that are free from screens and schedules. When you use technology with intention, you are able to reclaim your sense of time, to slow the rush, to savor the moments that matter. Science has shown that taking breaks from screens can restore your attention, improve your mood, and help you feel more present. Even a few minutes spent in nature, in silence, or in simple movement can reset your mind, allowing you to return to the digital world with greater clarity and ease. The mind, ever adaptable, is always ready to find a new rhythm, a new balance, a new way of being. Consider the way technology can also help you remember. Digital photos, messages, and journals become a new kind of memory, a way of capturing the details of your days. You can look back at a year's worth of images, at conversations with friends, at the small moments that might otherwise be forgotten. Technology, in this way, becomes a keeper of stories, a gentle archive of your life. It is important to remember that not all moments need to be captured. Not all experiences need to be shared. There is a quiet beauty in the unrecorded, the unshared, the simply lived. When you put down your phone, when you step away from the screen, you are able to meet the world with fresh eyes, to notice the details, to savor the present. Let's take a moment to honor the rhythms of modern life. Think of a time when technology brought you closer to someone you love, or helped you learn something new, or offered comfort in a moment of need. Notice the feelings that arise, the gratitude, the connection, the sense of possibility. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the digital world become a gentle companion, a tool for presence, a way to mark the passage of time with care. There is a gentle wisdom in finding balance with technology. It is the wisdom of knowing when to connect and when to rest, when to share and when to savor, when to move quickly and when to slow down. The digital world is always changing, always offering new possibilities, always inviting you to find your own rhythm. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with technology. Do the days feel faster or slower? Do the moments linger or vanish? Do you feel more connected or more scattered? The art of living with technology is a gentle practice, a way of honoring both the gifts and the challenges of modern life, a way of finding presence in a world that is always moving. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the rhythms of technology fill you with a sense of possibility and peace. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your days, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as you move through your days, you may find yourself carrying a quiet intention to use technology with care, to honor the moments that matter, to find balance in the rhythms of modern life, and to trust that you are always able to return to presence, to connection, to the gentle flow of time. As the rhythms of technology pulse quietly in the background, you may find yourself reflecting on the larger patterns that shape your days. Beyond the flicker of screens and the ticking of clocks, there is a deeper rhythm, a cycle as old as life itself. This is the turning of the seasons, not just in nature, but in your own journey. Life, too, moves in seasons. Childhood, youth, adulthood, old age. Each brings its own sense of time's flow, its own colors, its own music. Imagine, for a moment, the season of childhood. The days are long, the world is wide, and every moment is filled with discovery. Time moves slowly, each hour unfolding like a storybook, each day a new adventure. The air is bright with possibility, and the heart is open to wonder. Childhood is a springtime, a season of beginnings, of growth, of innocence, and play. As you move into youth, the pace quickens. The world expands, dreams take flight, and the future beckons with 1,000 possibilities. Time feels urgent, alive, electric. There is a sense of becoming, of reaching, of stretching toward the horizon. Youth is a summer full of energy, of passion, of long days and warm nights, of friendships and first loves, of learning who you are and who you might become. Adulthood arrives quietly, sometimes without warning. The days settle into patterns. Responsibilities grow, and the world becomes both larger and smaller. Time begins to gather speed, the years turning like pages in a well-loved book. There is a sense of building, of creating, of tending to the garden of your life. Adulthood is an autumn rich with harvest, with the beauty of change, with the quiet satisfaction of work well done, with the bittersweet awareness that nothing lasts forever. And then, as the years turn, old age arrives, a winter, gentle and profound. The pace slows, the world grows quieter, and the heart turns inward. Time becomes precious, each moment a treasure, each memory a gift. There is a sense of reflection, of gratitude, of letting go. Old age is a season of wisdom, of rest, of honoring. The journey of finding peace in the gentle turning of life's wheel. Each season brings its own gifts, its own challenges, its own way of moving through time. Some years feel like a chapter full of change, of growth, of new beginnings. Others pass like a single page, quiet and unremarkable, yet still part of the story. The seasons of your life are not always marked by age or circumstance. Sometimes they are shaped by inner change, by the quiet unfolding of the heart. Let's pause for a moment and notice the season you are in now. Is it a time of beginnings, of endings, of growth, of rest? Notice the colors, the feelings, the rhythms that shape your days. Each season is worthy of honor, each moment a part of the larger story, each turning of the wheel a gentle reminder that life is always moving, always changing, always inviting you to begin again. Science tells us that your sense of time is shaped by these seasons. In childhood, the days are long because everything is new. In adulthood, the years gather speed as routines settle in. In old age, time slows again, each moment savored, each memory cherished. The mind, ever sensitive to change, marks the passage of time not just by clocks and calendars, but by the turning of the seasons within. There is a quiet wisdom in honoring the seasons of your life. It is the wisdom of knowing that each stage has its own beauty, its own lessons, its own way of being. When you honor the season you are in, you are able to find meaning in the flow of time, to accept the changes that come, to trust in the unfolding of your journey. Consider the way the natural world moves through its own seasons. The trees bud and bloom, their leaves turning gold and falling, their branches resting in the quiet of winter. The earth turns, the sun rises and sets, the moon waxes and wanes. These rhythms are mirrored in your own life, in the cycles of growth and rest, of joy and sorrow, of holding on and letting go. Let's take a moment to honor the seasons you have lived. Think of a time when you were in spring, full of hope, of new beginnings, of fresh energy. Remember a summer alive with passion, with adventure, with the fullness of life. Recall an autumn rich with change, with harvest, with the beauty of letting go. And honor a winter, a time of rest, of reflection, of quiet wisdom. Each season is a teacher, a guide, a companion on your journey. The lessons of spring are different from those of autumn, yet both are necessary, both are beautiful, both are part of the story. When you honor the seasons of your life, you are able to move with the flow of time, to find peace in change, to trust in the gentle turning of the wheel. There is a gentle art to living in harmony with the seasons. It is the art of noticing, of accepting, of being present with what is. It is the art of letting go of what is past, of welcoming what is to come, of finding meaning in the moment. When you live in tune with the seasons, you are able to savor the richness of your days, to honor the journey, to trust in the unfolding of your life. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with the seasons. Do the days feel longer? In spring, shorter in winter? Do the years gather speed, or do they slow and deepen? The seasons of your life are always turning, always inviting you to begin again, always offering new lessons, new joys, new ways of being. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the seasons of your life fill you with a sense of peace and possibility. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle companion, moving at the pace of your days, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as the wheel turns, you may find yourself carrying a quiet gratitude for the seasons you have lived, for the lessons you have learned, for the beauty of change, for the gentle rhythm that guides you softly through the river of time. As the seasons of your life turn, each bringing its own rhythm and color, you may notice how the world around you often moves at a relentless pace. The days can feel like a river in flood, rushing forward, carrying you along with its current. There are errands to run, messages to answer, tasks to complete, and plans to make. The rush of life is real, and yet, within this current, there are always quiet eddies, places where the water slows, where you can pause, breathe, and simply be. Finding stillness in the rush is both a science and an art. It is the gentle practice of creating islands of calm in the river of your days, of learning to rest even as the world moves quickly around you. Stillness is not the absence of movement, but the presence of awareness, a way of meeting each moment with openness, curiosity, and care. Imagine, for a moment, the feeling of sitting quietly by a window, watching the world go by. The cars move, the people hurry, the clouds drift across the sky. Yet, in this small space, you are still. Your breath moves in and out. Your heart beats its steady rhythm. Your mind settles into a gentle quiet. This is the gift of stillness. Pause in the rush, a moment of presence, a chance to notice the beauty that is always here. Science tells us that moments of stillness are essential for well-being. When you pause, even for a few breaths, your body shifts from the stress of fight or flight into the calm of rest and digest. Your heart rate slows, your muscles relax, your mind becomes clearer. These small pauses are not just luxuries. They are necessities, ways of caring for yourself, of creating space for healing, for reflection, for renewal. Consider the way a single moment of stillness can change the shape of a day. You might step outside and feel the sun on your face, or close your eyes and listen to the sound of rain, or simply sit in silence, letting your thoughts drift like leaves on a stream. These moments do not stop the rush, but they create a gentle counterpoint, a reminder that you are more than your to-do list, that you are allowed to rest, to savor, to be. There is an art to finding stillness, especially in a world that values busyness and productivity. It is the art of saying no, of setting boundaries, of choosing what matters most. It is the art of listening to your own needs, of honoring your own rhythms, of trusting that rest is not a waste, but a source of strength. When you practice stillness, you are not falling behind. You are moving in harmony with yourself, creating space for the things that truly matter. Let's pause for a moment and practice this art together. Bring your attention to your breath, noticing the way it moves in and out, soft and steady. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw relax, your hands rest gently in your lap. Notice the sensations in your body, the warmth, the coolness, the gentle pulse of life. Let your mind settle, your thoughts slow, your awareness widen. Now, notice the world around you, the sounds, the colors, the textures, the light. Let yourself be here, just as you are, without needing to change or fix anything. This is stillness, not a blankness or emptiness, but a fullness, a richness, a presence that holds you gently in the flow of time. Science has shown that regular moments of stillness can improve your mood, boost your creativity, and help you feel more connected to yourself and to others. Stillness is a way of resetting your mind, of clearing away the noise, of making space for insight and inspiration. It is a way of coming home to yourself, of remembering what matters, of finding peace in the midst of the rush. There is a quiet wisdom in creating these islands of calm. It is the wisdom of knowing that you do not have to do everything, that you are allowed to rest, that your worth is not measured by your productivity. When you honor your need for stillness, you are honoring your own humanity, your own heart, your own place in the world. Consider the way nature finds stillness, even in the midst of movement. The pause between waves, the hush before dawn, the quiet of a forest after rain. These moments are not separate from the flow of life. They are part of it, woven into the fabric of the world. You, too, can find these pauses, these gentle spaces, these moments of rest. Let's take a moment to honor the stillness in your own life. Think of a time when you felt truly at peace, perhaps sitting by a lake, or lying in the grass, or simply breathing in the quiet of early morning. Notice the feelings that arise, the sense of ease, the gentle joy, the quiet gratitude. Let yourself rest in this memory, letting it fill you with a sense of possibility. Stillness is not always easy to find. The world will pull you back into its rush, its noise, its demands. But each time you pause, each time you breathe, each time you choose presence over hurry, you are strengthening your ability to return, to begin again, to find calm in the midst of chaos. As you listen, notice how your own sense of time shifts with stillness. Do the days feel longer, the moments richer, the world more vivid? Do you find comfort in the pauses, in the spaces between, in the gentle unfolding of presence? The art of stillness is a gentle teacher, a reminder that time is not just something to fill, but something to savor, to honor, to cherish. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the practice of stillness become a gentle companion in your days. The world is still wide and welcoming, and time is still a gentle friend, moving at the pace of your presence, carrying you forward, moment by moment, into the unfolding story of your life. And as you move through your days, you may find yourself carrying a quiet intention to pause, to rest, to savor, to let each moment unfold in its own time, to honor the gentle flow of your days, and to trust that you are always able to return to stillness, to presence, to the quiet heart of time. As the gentle hush of stillness settles around you, the river of your days continues its quiet journey. You have wandered through the seasons of your life, paused in the eddies of memory, and found islands of calm in the rush of the world. Now, as you rest in this final chapter, you are invited to gather all that you have learned, to hold it softly in your hands, and to consider what it means to truly live with time. Time, you have discovered, is not a single thread, but a tapestry woven. From moments of joy and sorrow, of newness and routine, of presence and longing, it is the gentle current that carries you from one shore to the next, the silent companion that shapes your days and years. To live with time is not to master it, but to move with it, to let it guide you, to trust in its unfolding. Imagine, for a moment, the feeling of floating in a gentle stream. The water moves around you, sometimes swift, sometimes slow, always finding its way. You do not fight the current, nor do you try to hold it still. Instead, you let yourself be carried, trusting that the river knows its path, that each bend and turn is part of the journey. This is the art of embracing the flow of living with time, not against it. To live with time is to cherish the moments that matter. It is to notice the small beauties, the play of light on a wall, the laughter of a friend, the quiet comfort of a familiar place. It is to honor the rituals and milestones that mark your days, to celebrate the seasons of your life, to find meaning in the turning of the wheel. When you cherish the present, you are not clinging to it, but allowing it to fill you, to nourish you, to become part of your story. Letting go is also part of living with time. The river moves forward, and so must you. Memories, no matter how sweet, cannot be held forever. Seasons change, people come and go, and the world is always in motion. To let go is not to forget, but to trust that what matters will remain, woven into the fabric of who you are. It is to honor the past, to welcome the future, and to rest in the gentle unfolding of now. There is a quiet wisdom in moving with time. It is the wisdom of knowing that you are not separate from the flow, but part of it, shaped by its currents, guided by its rhythms, held by its embrace. When you move with time, you are able to find peace in change, to accept the things you cannot control, to trust in the journey even when the path is unclear. Consider the way presence transforms your experience of time. When you are present, the world becomes more vivid, more real, more alive. The days feel longer, the moments richer, the memories more lasting. Presence is not about doing more, but about being here fully, deeply, gently. It is the art of noticing, of savoring, of letting each moment be enough. Let's pause for a moment and practice this art together. Bring your attention to your breath, to the sensations in your body, to the sounds and sights around you. Notice the way time moves in this moment, softly, quietly, without hurry. Let yourself rest in the flow, trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. Science tells us that the way you experience time is shaped by attention, by memory, by emotion, by the rhythms of your body and mind. Yet, beyond all the theories and explanations, there is a simple truth. Time is a gift. Each day, each hour, each breath is an invitation to live, to love, to learn, to grow. When you embrace the flow, you are able to meet life as it comes, to find beauty in the ordinary, to trust in the unfolding of your days. There is a gentle art to living with time. It is the art of gratitude, of saying thank you for the moments that have shaped you, for the lessons you have learned, for the love you have given and received. It is the art of forgiveness, of letting go of regrets, of making peace with the past, of opening your heart to what is yet to come. It is the art of hope, of believing that the future holds new joys, new adventures, new ways of being got as you listen. Notice how your own sense of time has changed. Do you feel more present, more open, more at ease? Do you find comfort in the flow, in the gentle turning of the seasons, in the quiet unfolding of your story? The art of living with time is not about perfection, but about presence, about kindness, about trust. Let yourself rest in this awareness, letting the flow of time carry you gently forward. The world is still wide and welcoming, and you are part of its unfolding, part of its beauty, part of its song. Each moment is a note in the music of your life, each day a brushstroke in the painting of your story, each year a chapter in the book of your becoming. And as you move through your days, may you carry a quiet gratitude for the journey you have traveled, for the moments you have cherished, for the lessons you have learned. May you find peace in the flow, joy in the present, hope in the future. May you trust in the gentle unfolding of time, and may you always remember that you are exactly where you need to be. So, as the river of your days continues its journey, let yourself float, let yourself rest, let yourself be. Embrace the flow, live with time, and let each moment be enough. And now, as the gentle current of this story slows, you find yourself resting on the quiet banks of your own life. The questions and wonders of time settle softly around you, like evening light on water, familiar, comforting, and kind. There is nothing more you need to do. No moment to chase, no memory to hold too tightly. Just the hush of now, the warmth of your breath, the gentle rhythm of your heart. You are carried always by the flow of time, sometimes swift, sometimes slow, always moving, always here. Let yourself drift, unhurried and at ease, trusting that each moment will arrive in its own time. The world is wide, your story is unfolding, and you are exactly where you need to be. Rest, gentle soul. The river of time will keep flowing, and you are safe within its gentle embrace. Good night.